Hey everybody, this is Sherpa Rage. I am back from my kind of Warframe hiatus there that I was taking, a little bit busy with both school and work, so figured I'd also take a little bit of a break. I was kind of getting a little bit burnt out on Warframe, had a lot of the stuff, so now I've come back with update 11. Figured to jump back in and do the more build videos. Of course, there's Zypher now that is out, and been working on her. I've actually already got her up to 30, formatted her, and got her back up to 25. So I am still working on her, but I figured to go back and do some more of the build breakdowns. Today I'm going to be doing a look at Loki. Um, Loki has been one of my top favorite. He kind of ranks up there. I mean, like I said, of course, Oberon's my favorite. Ash, Vauban, we got those up there. Valkyr and Loki are definitely some of my other favorites as well. Zypher's been pretty fun, but I'll kind of touch on her more. But Loki's just kind of a good all-around Warframe in terms of like he's very stealthy, more so than Ash. I find his speed is a great boost there. I have done some kind of just playing around builds with maxing out his speed, so giving him like marathon and stamina and wall run and just a bunch of things. Just like you're not really going to use these, but it's fun to just kind of fuck around with Loki sometimes and just be like speed demon, stamina demon, all these kind of things. So yeah, like I say, with all my builds, pretty much the guns don't matter too much. I'm working on some of the newer stuff. Just got the Phage, the Jet Katag, um, the Tysus. Tysus I like so far. It's been pretty good. Haven't really decided what build I'm kind of going for, but I do like the status chance on it. It's very nice with that. But for the actual Loki build, we'll break down that real quick. Um, Obviously have energy siphon on him, going for that casting ability. Loki is very support kind of class, but at the same time he doesn't feel so support. I mean that like in a game like TF2, if you play a medic, you feel very support based. Like that is almost your job. I mean, people go battle medic, but they always do it in sort of a non-serious thing or just to have fun or whatnot. With Loki, he doesn't feel like he's tied into that support role, and he doesn't feel as rogue as Ash. If you ask me personally, I feel that he's kind of that more. Where Ash, I feel, is kind of more trickster, even though Loki, God, a trickster and all that. Um, I feel like Loki's a little bit more, I guess, regal. I would say he's a little bit more involved in the fight. At least I see most Loki players. So energy siphon's going to be good to give him those abilities, especially like decoy. Casting decoy is a very nice thing. You can place your decoy, in kind of funnel spots and stuff. Good distraction. That's always a good ability. Switch teleport, of course. That's going to be a huge thing for Loki. Of course, some players will use it as sort of a trolling thing, but it can be very, very useful. And I've had some good players who've actually used it in very good instances. Actually, one that just happened the other day, I was playing a match on Zini. Um, I was running. I had a guy chasing me. I was running towards the Loki, and Loki was facing me, and he had a guy chasing him. He switched teleported, so instead of either of us having to turn around, basically we were just attacking the opposite person. So I was attacking the person he was chasing because I was facing him, and he was attacking the guy that was chasing me. So they were like heavy gunners or bombards or something. I don't remember. Invisibility. That is pretty much the biggest thing for Loki, and that's kind of what I have this this build really geared towards, is doing an invisibility build for Loki. You'll see I have narrow-minded on for power duration. The range does cut back, I believe, on the decoy and the switch teleport. And of course radial disarm. But radial disarm, it's nice, and it can be very useful when you get in a crowd, and that's about really the only time I use it. It's one of those abilities I don't use a lot, but it is useful in certain circumstances. It just depends kind of on the match you're playing and everything. It's good on like defense missions. It can be good on survival and stuff, but things like exterminate, usually not as kind of viable there. So we do have narrow-minded on that. Power duration, continuity for power duration. We have flow for power max, redirections for shield, and I do have vigor for shields. Streamline for cost, so we do give him some shields and some health a little bit. I do want him to be kind of able to take a little bit of pounding, because Loki is kind of one of those ones that people may see as a little bit weaker of a character and everything. So it is kind of nice to have some shields and stuff. You could put Constitution on for even longer power duration, knockdown recovery. Honestly, this build is been really good for me. The invisibility is kind of my main thing. The energy siphon's good too. So you just have this 102% power duration on that, and then with energy siphon you're gaining energy, flow and streamline, reduce the cost. Fleeting expertise I wouldn't put on because power duration. Honestly, if you're going with invisibility build, if you don't really care about that, you could probably put that on instead of a streamline, because even then you're still going to get was it 60? So yeah, you're still going to get 42% power duration. So you still get at least a pretty decent buff there, which is not bad. You could honestly change out kind of whatever you want. You could put like a stretch on, maybe instead of vigor or something. But this is just kind of the build that I've been running. So I'll jump in and show you guys some footage then. All right, everybody. So here we are doing kind of just Xeni run as usual. So kind of do the invisibility thing just kind of right off the bat, get that going. So it looks like it lasts about 22 seconds for the invisibility, which I actually thought it would be quite a bit longer than that. Phage is definitely an interesting gun. Getting used to this. Kind of new. Let's get that radial disarm going on here. It's so nice that they have the timers now in here. Okay, probably gonna need to stay a little bit closer to the pod. But yeah, I mean, really the build is invisibility, invisibility, invisibility. I mean, pretty much no more way to break it down than that. Just pop invisibility when you can, throw a decoy up when you can. I didn't do right up the bat. I know a lot of people like to stick their decoys like right here in the boxes and draw people away. It's been quite a while since I played, so I've been trying to get back into the mechanisms. Last night I played some TF2 and it was so different. Oh, I guess there wasn't really nobody around to get hit by that. I don't know, there's some dudes. Okay. But yeah, I mean, you can really see Loki is just one of those things. It's like, all right, do your thing, go invisible. Really great for downed people. Like, teammate goes down, you're kind of the, at least in my eyes, it's Loki or Ash that are really the guys that should be working the revivals there. I mean, obviously, if you've got something that protects you, like the shielding or whatnot, you definitely want to get in there. But most of the time, the invisibility sort of classes, Loki and Ash, those are definitely ones. Or Valkyrie, even when you're Hysteria, that's another really good one to do as well. Yeah, Tysus, definitely like the Tysus. It's firing mechanism's a little weird to me, actually, but that's about the only thing I don't like about it. Still getting used to the new UI. I mean, it's so much better looking. It's just, making that change to make sure you're really ready for it. I wish they had a timer for the decoy. That would actually be really nice. It's definitely Loki's kind of different in that sense that he's going to be more stealth oriented, but he's not strictly that. I mean, honestly, you can see I can hold my own with my shield and my health mods and everything. Almost 300 health, which isn't that good, but what are my shields? 5 something? 6? 555. Okay, so yeah, 555 on the shields. The health's almost 300. So I mean, he holds his own. He's not incredibly tanky or anything by any means at all. But like I said, the shields are going to be nice, and of course I'll get redirection up higher and everything. But that's really what the shield's meant to do. Is just you want to stay invisible. If you run out of energy somehow, which is really hard, I find, for Loki to do, because honestly, I'm only ever casting like decoy and invisibility, occasionally radial disarm, maybe switch teleport. It's one of those ones that's like I don't really see how any Loki user with a build like this could ever really run out of energy. So you get right in there in the midst of them. Fucking weapons. stealth mode. Disarm going on. Entice this looking up. Nice, very nice. But yeah, I mean, there's not too much to say about Loki. I kind of feel bad. I'm not giving as much insight as I normally do, but this build is just one of those builds that you just kind of know, and you can kind of go with it. It doesn't really matter, you know, what you're doing. I mean, I understand most people will probably not. This isn't going to be the most optimal build for them, but I'd like to think some people would at least look at it and be like, oh, you know, it's similar to my build, or oh, hey, maybe I'll try this build out, because I don't really have like a build set in stone for Loki that I like. So it's just one of those things to give people some ideas, really, and that's primarily what my videos are about, just to give, you know, some insight into, hey, this is how I play it or something, and it may even help somebody who's like, oh man, I don't understand why this guy does this or something, and you see a build video by me or something, and it's like, oh, I get how they're playing it now. It may be completely different than you're playing it or something like that, but it's, you know, it's at least nice to kind of run the gambit and show people, oh, here's a different way to play the same game. Like, it's another possibility. It's just not really set in stone too much. I mean, yeah, you want to be a good player, so there's obvious things you'll do. I mean, shoot the enemies and shit like that. But I mean, as far as like, oh, you know, overall control and everything, there's not really too many things that you need to do, I would say. Oh, good. Get some levels. Already hit Master Rank 14, so I'm not too worried about that. Yeah, that was another thing. I'd taken a break and was like, oh, it's so close to Master Rank 14, but not quite there. Oh, we got a Banshee on our team. Nice. I didn't really look at what was on our team. Banshee. Gotta love Banshee. Banshee's one of my favorites. Hands down. I think it's Oberon, Vauban, and Banshee, probably. Alright, guys, so there's that. Hope you guys have a good one.